Hello and welcome to a video tutorial of WP Curation Pro. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can install the plugin, how you can activate the plugin, and how you can configure the settings of WP Curation Pro. So to install the plugin, you'll install it in exactly the same way as you would install any other plugin on a WordPress blog. Come along to plugins, click on add new, come along and click on upload plugin, then click on browse and select the zip file that you should have downloaded. So we sent you an email with your license details and a link to WP Curation Pro zip folder. When you download that zip folder, that's what you're going to be selecting down here. Once you've added the zip folder, click on install now and then click on activate. Once it's activated, you're going to be able to see the option down here on the left hand sidebar saying WP Curation Pro. Click on this, and once you click on this, then it's going to ask you to activate the plugin by adding your transaction ID. Those details have all been sent to you in the email. Once you've activated the plugin, you're going to be able to come along to the settings section. So let's start off and look at how we can configure WP Curation Pro by working with the settings. So the very first thing we're going to look at is the general settings tab. So the first part of the general settings tab talks about a post frequency, a daily limit and a weekly limit. You can set this to 0, which means there are no limits, or you can have a daily limit and you can have a weekly limit for whatever figure you have down here. Now this actually controls auto-curated posts from when you're working with a template system. So let's say, for example, you had 10 feeds down here or 10 templates down here, but you wanted to make sure that you didn't have more than 5 posts automatically curated and posted to your blog on a daily basis, then you can actually come along and control that from here, and you can even control a weekly limit as well. Okay, so this gives you control over how many times posts are going to be made to your blog based only on the curation features. This doesn't talk about the post section, but the curation auto-curated features. Okay, then you have an ignore list of words. Now the ignore list of words is for enterprise license holders, and it controls how the LSI term section works when you're working with the WP Curation Pro drag and drop dialog box section. So the LSI terms, if you find any terms that are being noted, something like maybe copyright or something like the term home or anything like that that you don't want to show in the LSI terms, then you can add your own terms down here. So for example, at home, you might find the word 2018 is being showed so many times. You can add them down here and you can start making sure that they don't appear in the LSI terms. And the more you work with this, the more you add to this, the larger it's going to grow and the more precise it's going to grow for you. What you'll notice at the moment is it comes with a list of words. Now these are kind of like joining words that are non-niche specific. So yeah, that's exactly what this section controls down here. Okay, then you got feeds and then you got YouTube. So feeds is what controls what feeds you're going to be able to curate from when working with the drag and drop dialog box section. And YouTube are channels and playlists that you're going to be able to drag and drop videos and embed them into your posts from whatever ones you add down here. So the way you work with this is if you're a front-end license holder, so if you're a light, growth or expert license holder and not an enterprise license holder, then you're going to be able to add 3 categories with 3 feeds in each one. The same is with YouTube down here as well. If you're an enterprise license holder, then there are no limits. You can add as many as you like, so it does really become creative down here. So adding your category, you can add, for example, I'll just add some dummy ones down here just to show you how you can add them. Just add them 1 per line. So I can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, and I can click on add. When I go over down here, you'll see them, they are all selectable down here now. So I can't click on add because it's going to tell me I need to select a category first. So I'm going to select a category, so for example 1, and I'm going to click on add to add a feed, and you can add multiple feeds down here, or you can add 1 feed. It's entirely up to you, and you can come back and you can add more at a later date as well. Okay, so if you're an enterprise license holder, then you're going to have something known as, well, this search area here that's going to automatically go ahead and find those feeds for you. And you can actually highlight whatever feeds you want to work with, and you can drag and drop them into this area here. Click on add, and as you can see, they've all been added in here for us, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, if you're not an enterprise license holder and you want to find feeds, then any feed will do, any RSS feed, and I'm going to actually show you a sniper Bing technique that we can use to find these feeds really quick. So if you go to Bing, Okay, I actually done this on Google, that means, and it's worked. Okay, so it's worked on Google as well. Fantastic stuff. So all you have to do is add your keyword, and once you've added your keyword, type in file type :RSS, and then what happens is it's going to find feeds for you. So as you can see from down here, all of these are RSS feeds that Google's actually found for us. Even this one here, it doesn't look like an RSS feed, but when I click on here, oh, maybe it isn't an RSS feed. Okay, so it looks like maybe it doesn't actually work on Google as it should work, as it does work on Bing, sorry. So what we'll do this in Bing, SEO file type RSS, and as you can see, every single one of these down here are going to be RSS feeds. They're going to be like atom feeds down here. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to quickly go ahead and find feeds that we can use inside of our drag and drop editor so that we can go ahead and curate from. Another thing that you can do is you might find your favorite site. So for example, you might have something like Backlinko, and then what you can do is you can write RSS feed, and sometimes you can actually find those RSS feeds. And if you can't, then a very easy way to actually find RSS feeds when working with like WordPress blogs is just go to the main directory, go ahead, add / and feed at the end of it. And as you can see, you can actually have the feed down here, which you can then put inside of here and work with it inside of when you're actually creating and curating and rewriting posts. Okay, so this is how you can work with this. With YouTube, guys, so the way YouTube works is if we have a look at the URL I've added down here, well, actually, I'll actually add a new URL in front of you. So what we'll do is we'll go over to YouTube. I'll type in something like SEO. And what I can do down here now is I can have a look at a bunch of videos, and I'm looking for some channels that are going to be updated frequently so that I've always got new videos to look through. So for example, I'll go to this one here, Jordan Alexer, and you might already know what ones you want to work with and what not you. But as you can see, 19 hours ago, 44 days ago, 6 days ago, 1 week ago. So every time I'm going to come along and work with WP Curation Pro and I load this channel, I know that I'm going to probably get some new videos to look at, which are all going to be some really cool and interesting subjects for our audience to actually visit. So what you do is you come over to the channel and you click on videos, and you use the videos URL, not using just the channel URL, guys. You're using the videos URL here, and this is what you add inside of here. So we'll add a test category down here. Again, you can add one per line if you like, guys. Okay, test, and I'm going to click on add, and I can add this down here. As you can see, that's how you add it down there. And what we can do also is go to playlists, and we can add playlists down here as well. So you might find a really cool playlist that you want to work with, in which case you can come along, find a playlist URL and add a playlist URL down here as well. And then these are going to be available to you inside of the drag and drop editor section when working with videos. Okay, and when you're ready, don't forget to click on update settings. If you don't click on update settings, then none of your changes are going to be saved. Okay, let's go over to API settings and show you how this works. So with this, you can this controls if you want to work with the best spinner or spin rewriter. So if you want to work with the auto spinning features, the auto spinning features are going to be available to you when you're working with auto curated posts, or when you're working with posts when you're actually creating the post yourself. If you do, then all you have to do is add your spin rewriter API credentials down here, or your best spinner details down here. And if you don't have an account, guys, then you can click on get spin rewriter here, or click on get the best spinner here, and you're going to get sent over to their website from where you can actually get access to them from. So a number of our plugins already work with this, and there's so many plugins already working with these kind of plugins, guys, or with these kind of APIs, so you're probably going to already have your details. So it's a good idea to come along and add them down here, so just in case you ever wanted to work with them, then you always got them down here. Okay, syndication settings, guys. This is where you're going to be able to control or add your details for Tumblr, Pinterest and Twitter. If you got the Enterprise Edition, then you're going to have all three. If it's your front end version only, then you're going to only work with Tumblr. Okay, and let's say, for example, you were posting let's say for example you're posting your entire post, or you're syndicating your entire post, but when you actually send it over to a place like Tumblr, which supports you know, an entire blog post, you might not want to send your entire article over there. So in which case you can actually add characters down here. So you might only want to send only 250 characters of your blog post when syndicating it to places like Tumblr. Of course, Twitter is only going to be something like a title with an image, and Pinterest is going to be your image with your title as well. But with Tumblr, you're going to have the entire article being sent over unless you control how many characters you add down here. Okay, so getting a Tumblr API key is super duper easy, guys. You go over to Tumblr, get Tumblr API key. Okay, I'm not actually logged into Tumblr at the moment, but when you go over, when you're logged into Tumblr and you click on here, you're going to be able to add a brand new, you're going to be able to create an API key. Once you've created your API key, you're going to be able to get the secret key, and you're going to be able to get the consumer key as well. And then the Tumblr target blog, this is going to be the blog that you want to post to. So for example, this is just the new one .tumblr.com, but you just add in just the new one. So if I go over to here, .tumblr.com, you'll notice that this is actually our blog, and if you saw the front end version, then this was the actual post that we syndicated as a test post from the front end version demo video. Okay, when you want to work with Twitter, you can do exactly the same here. Get your Twitter API details here, and get your Pinterest API details here as well. So they do have video tutorials showing you exactly how you can get this done as well, which is super duper easy. Okay, so this is how you can work and configure with the WP Curation Pro settings area, and how you activate it and install the plugin. I'll see you on the next video, which shows you how you can actually work with the actual dialog box areas.